Yesterday, I made a short video about the um, explosion in the UK yesterday at that Ariana Grande concert. And I didn't really think about or go into it with the state of mind I would have if it occurred over here, because usually when we have these terroristic or just terrorist attacks in the US, I always have this thing where, okay, uh, how are we going to solve this and make sure it does not occur once more? But given that there were no guns used and apparently this bomb just went off and people were in the proximity of it with this suicide bomber, I don't really know what I can say that will accurately move us in a direction of quelling this from happening again. And that's frustrating to admit in discovering today that one of the victims was 8 years old. And, that's obviously terrible that a young child has to lose their life. And, you know, that's the biggest issue I have in regards to not being able to think of anything that just to me is concrete as oh we need to do this. Tell Theresa May to I can't conceive, and I've done some hypothesizing if that's the correct word to use. I thought about boosting security, which is what I would often say when we have these shootings over here. Making sure that there are areas that are surveilled and that people of suspicious activity are confronted and, you know, given some kind of viewpoint. But really, there needs to be that for pretty much everywhere, because we're going to get caught up in this idea that just because it's not in a large crowd or a large gathering, it can't happen. And it can happen. It has happened. Now, they're more likely to happen the more people there are. There's no question about that. But if I just say, okay, well, every time we have a major gathering of individuals, let's all swarm around and make sure things are okay. We have to do better than that at this point. Yes, it's ridiculous that we have to worry about whether we're going to live or die and not have anything wrong with us, except being in the proximity of someone who's crazy and wants to end their life as well as ours. But it's the sad reality we live in. The value of a human life to a large portion of humans, be it in the US, overseas, as in the case of this, is very small. It's been diminished, and it's been that way for centuries, where we just don't care about the people around us, and so our lawmakers don't try to do anything to get this solved. And we let it go because in 2 or 3 weeks, we won't still be talking about this. Yes, we'll come back to it on the anniversary and it'll get mentioned here and there, but it won't be part of the general dialogue anymore. And that's even more bothersome to me because I still vividly remember just most of the shootings from last year, most of the acts of terrorism from last year, the Brussels attack, Orlando, Dallas, Baton Rouge. I mean, they're still on my mind, and this won't be on the mind of most individuals within a couple of weeks, and that's the most bothersome part about being used to seeing this stuff. We become so desensitized by it that we really don't give it much attention unless it affects someone we personally know, which is terrible. And our ability to empathize and constantly think of these events and the people who suffered in them has gone down the tubes.